Okay, I got triggered again, so I have to get it out, some of the stuff out of my system, I guess. Let's start from this one. Everyone who waiting for the second coming of Christ. Christ is already here, and it's Christ consciousness. It's combination of multiple people who do not have experiences here on earth. It's our first experience on earth, and majority of us is actually do not remember because our memory was all erased. And to retrieve memory, I've been doing quantum healing hypnosis. That's where I reach my subconscious, and I knew for sure who I was. I remember myself coming into this world. I remember myself volunteering for this mission. There you go.
The new people then coming in, the three waves of volunteers that you talk about in the new book, and also would be interesting to know how we would, I guess, recognize some of these people.
You wouldn't recognize them. They will know themselves. That's where the emails keep from coming in. They'll say, I know, I'm first wave, I'm second wave, because finally it's making sense to them. Right? Remember, these are people who had the memories erased when they came in. When they were asked to volunteer, they'll say, oh yeah, I want to go help. And one woman in one session, she said, I stupidly raised my hand, not realizing what it was going to be like if they'd never been in the human body, because it's all dense and heavy. When
the new people then coming in, the three waves of volunteers.
It's about fake Christian who still waiting for second coming of Christ. We already here, and we're not what you think we are, and we're not gonna sacrifice ourselves for many because we're on a certain mission. You have to become like us. That's the only requirement, and be on the same page. Each one of us discovering the system, and we're finding flaws in this system, and we're transmitting this information the best way we can. And to get it out of my system, here we go.
Just to get that out of my system. Rich and famous will not be going to multiverse. People who promoting love and light and asking for unconditional love and light will not gonna make it either, because you asking for this horrific place to continue existing. It's not right. It's simply not right. You're prolonging our suffering here. So, well, Vanessa VA, her name is mutated. Now she has two ends. She used to still have it. Well, either way, love and light, motherfuckers. Love and light. There you go. Be ripped on pieces. I know a lot of people gonna hate me for this, but that is my feelings, and they're pretty strong. Just to get that out of my system.
Yeah, the iPad got cracked. That's why I'm making this video, because they want me to stop making videos on so many levels. And when I'm extremely charged, I feel like I need to document it, and it's like all my channel I'm pretty much documenting my discoveries, my feelings, and partially memories of what I remember before entering this place and stuff like that. Yeah, people like majority of big channels, they did not make it, and they not us. They have human bodies, they act like us, but they are parasite. They, like majority of Mandela affected, we pretty good with fighting fear, but we are not great with fighting love feelings, because you projecting yourself on those people and they're not you. If someone asking for love and light and unconditional love, that is parasite, because no one in their right mind would want to continue existing in a place like this where it is continuous abnormal suffering existing, and they saying how beautiful this place is. Are you guys insane? I mean, seriously. Please do not join wrong campus, because it's actually counts. I'm not trying to scare, I'm not fear mongering it, that just it is. Next thing, why the system doesn't want me to make videos. It's pretty much it's about this virus they released it. Virus plus our weather disasters, because where is economic disasters, because it's all playing out right now. In 1991, when Soviet Union fell apart, Russia also experienced hyperinflation, where is majority people lost all their savings, all their money. And me and my family, my parents, we were without money for whole year, and we still had to pay for water, light, and stuff like that. So my parents never recovered from this event. In 1 year, population of Russia, we all become millionaires, because that's how inflation hit us. So when you hear about same economic disasters happening in Venezuela, it's actually very real. If you hear some weather disasters happening, it's actually very real. They're not covering the full extent of what actually happening. They actually covering stuff up. And like, if you live in Europe, for example, or you live in United States, that's the places where you do not experience that much suffering, because that's very, compared to rest of the world, it's very, very easy levels of the game. You probably were placed in those games because you were crying so much for easy way out. I mean, I truly believe it's gonna be more survivors from Russia, China, Venezuela and stuff, and places like that, because simply of amount of suffering and destruction and other stuff they went through. When people going through disaster situation or economic crash or anything like that, the green light was given to all those, I call them demons, other people call them parasites, and they just thriving on pain, suffering, fear, and it's all very real. That's why when I'll show you a couple of clips about the Chinese virus, and you be the judge, because I mean, stuff like that's literally shocking me. Very graphic images. It's whole apartment, and everybody just died there. Or this clip when they simply dragging people who from the apartment, separating families, separating children, and it's a green light given to those parasites. Like over here you see those policemen. Do you think it's a really big difference between those policemen and those people who promoting love and light? No, there is not. That's the same parasite, just in different forms. That's why when I saw comments like that, video number 1, people carrying by the police wearing mask, no contacts. I mean, seriously, stuff like that. I mean, when you're watching video, can you feel it? Do you really think they were faking death over there? I mean, that just upset me so greatly, so greatly. I was in Fort Lauderdale when Hurricane Katrina was coming in. I was leaving Fort Lauderdale. In 1 hour after my flight left, Fort Lauderdale airport was closed down. When I was flying over the area where hurricane hit, I felt extremely dense negative energy. And reports right now actually from certain people like Actiles and stuff like that, of that level of people, they actually reporting that real demons with tips and everything were released in those places. I mean, what I'm trying to say, I guess, what we need to do, especially Mandela effect, that we need to set up boundaries. Like, I personally do not ever want to experience martial law or quarantine or scenario like that, where is police and military, which is extremely nasty parasites, would be released and they're gonna be doing whatever they want pretty much, and they're gonna be, you and me, us, we're gonna be targeted. I do not ever want to experience that. I do not want to experience separation from my children, because it's been done to me also. My older son, I left Russia when he was 3, and I was able to bring him over 15 years later. And after that, I went through second separation when he decided to leave back to Russia. And at that moment, my spirit was so against it that was the day I experienced my out-of-body experience. I'm repeating to the system again. If something like that happen, I will most definitely leave this system. I was most definitely leave matrix simulation, because the most stress, some stress is so unimaginable. My higher self, my subconscious, do not wish experience, and it's gonna pull me out of here. Same applies to disease, bodily injuries, or even car breaking down or stuff like that. It's fucking unacceptable. So each one of us should set up boundaries like this and actually loudly announce it, because just your heart beating here and you breathing here, it should be enough for the system. Just you dreaming of several nightmares every night should be enough for the system. System should not be crossing certain fucking lines. Plus, each one of us produce approximately 8 miles diameter of field. So I want this field to be clear. I do not wish experience any disasters in my area, or any of you who standing near me. You should set up those boundaries too. And last video, it's pretty much The Librarians, season 1, last episode. It explains Mandela effect, so I'm just gonna play it and you watch it and feel it. Sorry for the sound, but if you watch The Librarians season 1 episode 10, it's pretty much showing you the Mandela effect and how it works. And over here it's also, I like when she's saying we're not gonna do much and we're gonna be ready for extraction. That's like, these particular words give me such a major chills. It's unbelievable. That's how I know it's true, you know. Just a logic and your mental capabilities over here is not enough. I mean, I do not saying you need to drop it, but it's not enough. You need to operate more than on 5 senses, because you over here is less than 1% what real you actually are. So, and when I said let's imagine this virus start killing rich and famous people, that would actually stop virus from happening here. That would stop quarantine situation happening over here, or in your area for that matter. Because we do have power of creation, and combined imagination of multiple entities would actually change reality. That's partially why I'm posting these videos, because when we vibrating in unison towards certain goal, that's how it works. Thank you so much for watching it, and till the next time.